Hi, I'm Jaden, and what a beautiful day it is to share the Word of God. Today we're going to talk about addiction. I want to start by prefacing that when we think of addiction, we only think of drugs and alcohol. But there is a multitude of things in the world that people are addicted to. Today I'll reflect back more to the alcohol side just because I have a personal experience with that. Before I get started, I'm going to share my testimony as an example and living proof of what God can do. Bear with me while I do so, being that this puts me in a very vulnerable state and I might get a little emotional. Growing up, I was around a constant state of chaos. I was in a constant state of chaos. My childhood was chaos. I was in a constant state of violence, yelling, screaming, and addiction was heavily present. In no way, shape, or form do I believe that what you grew up in shapes you to who you are. I did suffer with addiction later on in life to alcohol, but that is no reflection of how I was raised and how I grew up. That is something that I let happen with my own free will, and it was my decision. Nothing that happened then predicted what would happen now. I first struggled with an addiction to alcohol when I was 18 and a senior in high school. I went to parties and I drank and I had fun, or so I thought I was having fun. That's what I just always told myself. I was having fun. But I didn't stop when the party stopped. I would drink by myself heavily. I would drink at noon, 8 p.m., 11 p.m., alone with people, and I would drink a lot. I'd wake up in the morning and I'd have a twisted tea with my breakfast, if I even had breakfast, because in that time I didn't need food. I needed alcohol. It got to a point where I was drinking 12 to 24 beers, twisted teas, whatever they were a day, and almost a handle of vodka. I know that sounds absurd, but I promise it's true. I have reliable sources that can unfortunately vouch for it. And I just kept saying, I'm having fun. I don't have a problem. And one of my really good friends who I lived with at the time, she told me multiple times, it's getting to be a lot. You're drinking a lot. You should slow down. I think you have a problem. I didn't listen to her. In my head, you're being dramatic. I don't have a problem. I'm 18. What do you mean I have a problem? And instead of listening to her, I instead said and did very hurtful things that no amount of apologies will ever make it okay, or do I think will ever show her just how sorry I am. Gratefully, she saw the best in me and stuck by my side. Then I realized I did have a problem. Finally. It got carried away. I wasn't sleeping. I was spending all of my money on alcohol. It was bad, which all of my money, I know you're probably thinking 18, that's not a lot. No, it was a lot. I had 2 jobs. It was a lot. I was making terrible choices. I never remembered anything. I couldn't wake up for anything. I didn't want to do anything but drink. Don't invite me to somewhere or something where I can't drink or we're not drinking, because I'm not going, because I'm not going to have a good time. So I thought. So I did the rehab thing. I went to AA. Had about 4 months under my belt, and then I said, yeah, I don't think I had a problem. I was just young, and I didn't know how to handle it, and blah, 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 the whole 9. Whatever I could tell myself to convince myself it wasn't a problem. It was just a misunderstanding. So I started drinking again. And, well, I had a problem. Turns out, shocker, right? I know. I started drinking again, and for a while I could control the way that I acted, but I could never control the amount I drank, because I'm addicted to it. I was addicted to the taste, the way it makes me feel in the moment, not the next morning. Whenever when I wake up, I'm never doing that again. That's a lie. I knew I was going to do it again. But I knew it at some point in the back of my mind, it was going to give. The amount of alcohol that I consumed when I did consume it was going to catch up to me, and I wasn't going to be able to control how I act, because alcohol is a mind alter. It alters everything about you. It's an altering substance. So flash forward to April of 2025. Yes, that's this year. I drank heavily, and guess what? It gave. My actions, they were out of my control, and I don't remember a single thing about it. You know how hard it is to apologize for things that you remember nothing about? All I do know is that I hurt a lot of people I love and care about, and I hurt them bad. Because the words and the things that I would do when I was under the influence, they cut deep. And the thing about it is, although I don't remember it because I was intoxicated or I was blacked out or whatever it might have been, the other person still remembers it because they were intoxicated and blacked out. They still remember something that I said that was so hurtful, and I have no recollection of it. Why would anyone want to live like that? So I made a promise to my little girl. She's very young, because I knew I'd never break a promise to her. I made a promise out loud. In my bathroom, I'll never drink again. She deserves the best version of me. And right now, I'm not the best version of me. What happens when she gets older? She can see, my mommy's so great, but sometimes she drinks too much alcohol and she turns into a maniac. Because even though I would never do anything to hurt her, I wouldn't directly be hurting her. If I still chose to drink, she would see me hurt other people. And that's just the same. Now, when I was 6 months sober, on October 20th, go me. I'm the best version of myself. I'm the best wife that I've probably ever been. I'm the best friend. People are way more grateful to have me in their presence now than they were then, I'll tell you that. Because, I was having fun, or so I thought. But I promise the people around me were not having fun. They were probably just waiting for that switch to flip off. Oh, here she goes. That's sad. It's embarrassing that I lived like that, but here I am now. So that's my testimony. Now, what is addiction? Addiction is being dependent on one specific thing mentally and physically. Being dependent on it. A specific substance, activity, or thing. You are dependent on that. You need it. You crave it. That's what addiction is. And we all think when we're addicted to something, I can't stop. I can't stop. And you're right. You can't, not without God. And so let me just tell you, from my personal experience, my problem was bigger than me. I knew I couldn't quit by myself. I knew I couldn't. I was having fun. So the same time I decided to stop drinking, I decided I'm going to get to know God. Me and God are going to be real close. We're about to have a relationship. I'm going to start going to church. Not that you have to go to church to have a relationship with God, because He is the only thing bigger than me that can help me with this. Because this is a big problem, and no other person is going to be able to help me through this. I'm only going to be able to do this with something bigger than me, and that is God. And I'm living proof, sitting right here telling you my testimony, that He is what got me through it. He is what continues to get me through it, because I am only 6 months sober. And I'm not going to lie, sometimes I just want a beer or a margarita. And on those days, I used to think I needed to ask other people for support. No, I just need to close my eyes and I need to talk to God. God, help me right now, please. You know what I'm feeling. You know what it does to me. You know what it does to my relationships. You know what it does to the people around me. So please, right now, I need you. I need you to help me. Distract, whatever it is. Why am I feeling like this? And He always comes through for me. Let me just tell you. He's a man of His word. He always comes through. And it tells us in 1 Corinthians 10:13, no temptation has overtaken you that is not common to man. God is faithful, and He will not let you be tempted beyond your ability. But with the temptation, He will also provide the way of escape that you may be able to endure it. That is saying, God will not allow the temptations to be greater than you can bear. And you want to know why our addictions and our temptations become greater than we can bear? Because we don't have a relationship with God. He is saying that He will not let your temptations be greater than you can bear. But if you don't have a relationship with Him, He cannot do that for you. If you're not following Him and letting Him guide you, what He is promising us to do in 1 Corinthians 10:13, He cannot do that if we do not let Him. So right now, if you are struggling with something and it is greater than you can bear and you see no way out and you physically can't do it by yourself, talk to God. Go to God right now. Stop this video and talk to God. Let him be that protectorate. Let him help you not have temptations in your life that are too big to bear. Let him do his job. But you have to make that choice and that decision. Because he will not put anything in your path that is greater than your capabilities. Because the amount of alcohol that's in my path now it's real thin. I don't even glance at it in the store. No one I hang out with drinks. And none of them had a problem. Wonder why? Because God's not going to put that temptation in my path. And then in 2 Peter 2:19, it says, they promise them freedom, but they themselves are slaves of corruption. For whatever overcomes a person, to that he is enslaved. It is saying, if you are overcome by sin, you become a slave to that sin. An addiction of any form is a sin. Addiction to alcohol, addiction to drugs, addiction to your phone, addiction to adult videos, addiction to shopping, addiction to whatever it is. Because like I said at the beginning, there's a multitude of things that people can be addicted to. Whatever your addiction is, it is a sin. God did not make us to be so addicted to one thing that we are just head first in it. We see nothing else. We need it. We are so dependent. He didn't make you to be addicted to watching YouTube videos all day. So you're dependent on it. That is a sin. And when you are overcome by that sin, you become a slave to it. So break those chains. Talk to God. Make the change. Whatever you need to do, just do it. Do not be a slave to your sins. Do not allow overbearing temptation to be in your life because you don't know him, because there is no relationship. It's simple. And no, you hear it all the time. Just let God, just let God, just let God, just let him. He will change your life and you will live a life that you don't even recognize. Wow, I'm not as stressed out. Wow, I don't need my phone. Wow, I don't need a drink. Wow, I'm not worried about my car is broke. I'm not saying that he will just make, it's not going to be perfect. But watch how much peace it brings to you. And then let's talk about, once again, there's multitudes of things to be addicted to, but I'm just going to keep reflecting to alcohol because I have that connection and that personal reference. Let's talk about how the normal is for people to sit around and drink. And drinking is fine. Getting drunk is not. If you're hanging around people that drink every night, or when they do have a drink, they become drunk. It does say in the Bible that you can have a drink, but you are not to get drunk. But let's talk about how that's the normal. Let's talk about what you do. You don't go around people who are constantly getting drunk or getting buzzed. It says in Romans 12:2, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern. Do not be shaped by the normal of the world. So the normal of drinking all the time and getting drunk. Instead, be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may be discerned. That is saying, instead, be transformed by the renewal of your mind through God's truth. Be transformed by God's truth. It all goes back to God. If you want change, if you want to see change, if you want to make that change, go to him. You can't do anything by yourself. You need God for everything you do. Even more so if you're facing addiction, because it is a sin that you will become enslaved to. In Ephesians 5:18, it says, do not get drunk on wine, which leads to debauchery. Instead, be filled with the Spirit. It says it there. Before I close, If you are addicted to anything, no matter what it may be, and you are watching this video and you think, I can't, it's not possible. It's not possible. If everything that I've said so far doesn't make you think it's possible, Philippians 4:13, it's a verse quoted all the time. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I don't care if you've never been in a church and you've never prayed a day in your life. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. So close your eyes, bow your head, and talk to him. Because if you don't know where to start, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. So ask him where to start. God, where do I start? I'm addicted to my phone, and I'm neglecting my wife and my kids because of it. Or I'm neglecting my husband and my kids and my friends because I'm just always nose deep in my phone watching these videos. But I don't know where to start. I'm dependent on it. But now I want to be dependent on you. Instead of being dependent on that, I want to be dependent on you to make me the best version of myself and help me put it down. It's as simple as that. And if you need help or guidance or verses to help you through, leave a comment. I will do the research. I will help you as much as I can, because I just want to see everyone be the best version of themselves. I don't want to see addiction, no matter what you might be addicted to, destroy you as a person, destroy your families, destroy the people around you, because it does. We are naive and we are blinded because we don't think we have a problem with what we are addicted to, but the people around us, they see us and it hurts them and it affects them. Even if it's something as simple as being addicted to your phone in those videos, your wife notices, your husband notices, they feel neglected, they feel like not seen, your kids notice that you don't want to play with them, your kids notice that you're in your phone. If it's drugs, your kids notice you're not there because instead you're chasing a high. They notice. Just because someone doesn't tell you that they notice and that your addiction is affecting them, it affects them more than you'll ever know. If it's alcohol, your kids might not say, Mommy, I hate when you drink, or Mom, I hate going around Aunt so-and-so because I hate when they drink. I can tell they act different, but they notice and it affects them. So whatever it is, let it go, put it down, and send it up. Put it down and send it up to God. Thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all have a great weekend, and I'll be back Monday with a video. Bye, guys.